morning guys, I'm in Mullumbimby and we're going to get up Mullumbimby Creek and get to the base of Boogarem Falls, hopefully. So I've been to the top, I'm going to try and sneak behind some houses. Apparently there's a way. See how we go. It is super early, it's nearly 6 AM. Trying to do this early just to make it less sus. So yeah, that's our range. We're going to see our waterfall pretty soon. We're doing about 2 k's of the road just to park back in a better area. So yeah, let's see how we go. Alright, I'm a very lucky boy. So it gets to, when you walk up the road, it gets to this little driveway section, and to the right goes to the creek. It was a bit earlier than when I was originally going to get on from looking at satellite. I sighted creek up anyway, but I started to see there was a shed and stuff on the right, and I was like, fuck, okay, let's go back out, let's go try and follow the road, which is up there, this other driveway, and then it goes to 2 houses, which I don't think they're on satellite from 15 years ago when the satellite imagery was taken, in Street View, mind you. So I was like, fuck, and I was trying to creep past them, but it's super sus, and I'm like, nah, just go back, and go back on the creek and creep past the caravan or the shed is the better option. And I turn around, and we did not even like 50 metres of going up this driveway. I turn around, I don't know how and where, I'm now behind this old guy walking a dog called Serge. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, it's just so weird and so awkward because I don't think he even knows I'm behind him. But I've just appeared. I don't know which house he came from. I was like, fuck. So I'm just walking behind him and I'm just going to have to talk to him because this is just weird. So I'm like, yeah, how's it going, mate? And then he just goes, oh, yeah, well, and I said, it's all right for walking the creek. He goes, yeah, mate, Public Creek. I'm like, I love you. No worries, mate. Back on the creek, and here we are. So now, I originally was going to cut in off this trib, off the road, but because of those 2 houses, I didn't go that way. So this is where I would have cut in, was my plan. But now, I should be home and hosed. There'll be no more little houses on the creek. We're about halfway in the distance of what I've had to walk in total. But this is where it's going to get steeper and more bouldery as we get closer to the cliff. So, get at it. A bit hard to see, but there's another trib flowing, dropping into the left there. We're probably 3/4 of the way. Slowly. Alright, just boulders galore. I don't think we're going to get any real drops on the way. We're going for about 45 minutes now. Yeah, starting to get nearer because Cliff 4 starting on the right here. Alright, so creek splits, you've got this trib waterfall dropping in. There's not as much flow as the main creek, but not a bad slab of rock there. Now, it actually looks like there's a spur. You could go up and get on top of that pretty easily, and there probably is another level. So, interesting. But I don't think you can climb the cliff that way. Apparently you can actually climb from the base somehow, and maybe we'll kind of see it when we get up here, but looking from the top looking down, I didn't fucking like the idea of it. Because basically they're abseil down and they find a way to climb back up. So yeah, like I said, being at the bottom is always a different perspective. I think it would be to the right, but it's just very hard to tell. Anyway, let's get going to our main falls. Maybe, if you feel like it, we'll go up that spur up and look above there, but because the flow's lower, I don't know if it's really worth it. But then again, maybe above that section, the water condenses into one spot, you get a better flow, and then it might look better. Interesting. I'm not sure if I have stuffed this up, but it reckons that I'm now on a right trib, and the other main falls is apparently further over. Nah, I don't remember going past another creek, but hey, look, there's going to be a waterfall up here anyway. It runs up the same cliff. If there is another trib, we'll look at that after and see if that is the one we're meant to go up. But the flow's still good here, so I think, yeah, we're going to figure it out. This here's not a bad level at all. I don't know why this is called Boogarem Falls, because it should be called Mullumbimby Falls, being on Mullumbimby Creek, and because it's near Mullumbimby town. And second of all, it runs off Coonyam Range. So why is it not called Coonyam Range Falls? Blows my mind. It's another 6 pools, alright. Nice, we're just climbing up now. Got another little trib waterfall that's dropping in that comes out of nowhere. Now what's weird now is that it's saying we're fucking in between both the creeks. So I think Google's and guys a little bit wrong. I think we are on the right creek. I think there was no split we missed. I'm pretty sure we're going to get to Boogarem, no worries. Again, you can climb on top of here, and I really think that will be another cool drop off the cliff. But we'll keep going where we're going here. Look at that one, it's pretty nice. Alright, About 100 metres away from the cliff. Alright, another cascade, or almost waterfall. Shame there's a log over the front of it. Now we've only got 100 metres, but it's slow going because there's just so much big rocks. Don't underestimate this hike, people. It is definitely almost here. You almost feel like you can't even get around it. You just go for the weight a while and go up. You can't almost climb that, but I think I can maybe scurry up the left of those rocks if I'm lucky. Otherwise there's a full bush bash there. So yeah, you can see the cliff line starting to get closer, so should hopefully see the corner in a second where we see the rock. Alright, so got a really dodgy section. I just climbed up then, got up some boulders that had to pull myself right up. Turn the corner, you can finally start to see between the trees there. There's the cliff line, I can see the water popping off the top. A really fucking close home stretch. This is all granite in here, if you haven't noticed by now. So yeah, Boogarem Falls. There's a track to the top where a lot of people hang out, probably from this local area, Mullumbimby and that. I think not that many have been to the base because this is a fucking mission. Alright, a conglomerate of boulders, and I can start to see now much closer that waterfall tumbling straight down. It's taken about 2 hours. I'll tell you what, these rocks are really greasy, and nearly I did slip once, so yeah, just gotta be really onto it. Eh? It's almost like you can be barefoot to get up some of them. Right, we're almost there. Get a good shot of it in a second. Last section of boulders and then we're bang on it. Alright, still some more boulders. We're almost there, but look at it, you can pretty much see it now. Oh yeah. That tree's gonna be slightly in the way, but we'll get a good angle shot from the left. Wow, it's so good. Please explain why there's a broom head washed down off the top of a waterfall off a national park. Who's got a broom at the top of a fucking waterfall? Wow, there's no house up there. Someone's running big black poly pipe here. Fuck, it's a long way from the house. I don't know what the fuck. It's fucking, yeah, look at it. Ocean view, people. Woohoo! Now, there's awesome views on top of the waterfall, by the way. That's the waterfall. There's awesome views on top, obviously, but surprised we got a clear section here to get some, so that's awesome. Wow. I guess that's almost Byron Bay Lighthouse, that fucking thing. The buzzing heads. Anyway, that's fucking sick. Wow. Alright, let me get a bit closer to this bad boy. Look at this pipe just strewn all over the waterfall. So these idiots, like seriously, what do they try to do? Run it off the top of the waterfall and it's just broken and fallen down. Now it just looks like garbage all over it. There's even a metal pipe there too from falling. If I go hard left there, I should be able to get up and get even closer to the waterfall there. That's incredible. So I'm not seeing an easy way up really, but it's probably more to the right. But anyway, we're not worried about that now. We're here. That is sick. Wow, what an abseil too, eh? Fucking dumbass lost one of their shoes up the top of the waterfall. Woo! You can try and get in there, but it's very slick. I wonder if anyone actually swims here. You probably could in summer, put your bum in here, it's hot enough. Incredible. So yeah, I'm going to sneak up to the right to get up, then we'll go back up that way, and then go back down again. And I'm actually going to, what I might do is I might have full hug the angle that way, trying to avoid the creek as much as I can to try and get down. If I hit those other levels, I can try and go down that spur. It might be faster. We'll see how that goes for me. One of the multi-million-dollar properties up on the side of the Coonawarra Range. I think I know that property too. It's been on realestate.com. They've got like a retreat there with like several buildings. It's fucking really nice property. I wonder if they can really get a good view of this waterfall. I feel like maybe with the trees. Alright, so I can see the tube waterfall to my left is flowing, so we'll go on over with that in a minute. I'm just working my way up to this last level, and there's this old rope tied to the tree here, so interesting. We'll see if I can just pop up here. So I've got up, there's actually a pool here. I don't know if that's actually concrete or that's just natural. That's wild. How sick is that? Holy fuck. That's so good. It's gonna be very hard to get a better angle of this, but yeah, what a little infinity for what a view. There's a house down there now, I can see it. We couldn't see them before. So that's the property we've been meandering through. Oh, here's that trip waterfall. So I've actually been to the upper part of this as well. I'm not sure, I don't think I got exactly here, but I definitely got at some point on some level of this upper bit. And it got too steep, so I couldn't really go any further. It looks like you can maybe sort of clamber up between this valley, between both. But I don't need to try, so I don't need to test it out. But yeah. Yeah, because originally I had Boogarem Falls was marked on this trip and not on that one, which has really confused me. So I come to the top of this, thought this was actually the waterfall at the top, and it wasn't. Found out later, I was like, hang on a minute. People took photos of the top and I'm like, that's not the top I've got. And I realised that it's wrong. As you see today as well, it even said that we were between both these tribs, this and the other one, but obviously we weren't. Alright, so I'm going to scoot down a little bit. This actually looks pretty good to go down all the way down this. Once we hit, I don't even remember this even coming off the main creek, but once we hit, it's not, I know it's not very long. Once we hit our main creek, back again, then I will shoot far, far left to try and get around all the boulders. That's the plan. Two things. One, this is a very big cubed rock, about 2 meters tall, maybe 3. This is a nice big tree as well. Alright, so yeah, I'm walking the spur between both the creeks down. And it's definitely much easier than the way I went up, but I wanted to explore the boulders and the cascades anyway, so that's why I went that way, but it's going to be faster. So it's 9 o'clock now. Yeah, should be out within an hour. Alright, so trib's joined. I've crossed back over the creek. We're now heading down this other side. As you can see here, a nice gradient, fairly open. It's going to be nice to go down this. Now there is a little bit of wait a while in here, so be mindful of that. You might just avoid patches, but so far. Now if you wanted a quicker exit and you're a cunt, you could just try to aim for the bend in their driveway, the last bit of the road. Just cross the creek, push up the other hill there, hit that and just walk out. And you've still got to pass 2 houses at the end which are very close to the road, but I'm not going to do that way. I don't want to piss them off. I want to keep this pretty stealth. It wasn't too hard, and if I can find a way to like stay on the side of this creek out of the boulders, I think it won't be too bad of a run anyway. But yeah, theoretically walking the road out would be the fastest way. But they have got a private sign at the start of the road saying, you know, keep out. So you can't just walk on the road and be like, well, I didn't know, because they told you. So it's just going to fuck it up for anyone else. So do the right thing. You made the hard mission in, do the hard mission out, or at least what I'm doing now, make it slightly easier for you. We're just going to aim on an angle just to get off the elevation here, but once we get around most of the hard stuff, it'll be a bit easier to go. Another trip dropping in here. I don't know if this is actually one of the levels we photographed before, maybe. And this might be one of the walls. Let's have a look on the edge. If I can see, it might be actually. At least we know there's nothing really above then. Just going to follow it right up. I reckon this was. Yeah, it was. We were there before. Okay, that's cool. Oh, we'll go still a little bit wider. I have heard from the abseilers that you can actually ask to get permission to come here. I don't know which house, if it is the last house or one of the first 2. I mean, 3 of them share one driveway, so I mean, if you ask one and the other 2 aren't happy, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Oh, because the guy that let me come in, pretty sure he doesn't live right at the end, so he didn't really care that much. I need to get off, so I need to get that's there. Really a tip. Once you get to see that last trib, you're going to shoot up here and just shoot up on an angle, and you'll avoid the harder stuff. Trust me, you don't want to go up those boulders if you don't really have to. Anyway, surprisingly there is no ribbons, not even a faint trail. I'm sure hippies have been walking in this forest on and off since the 70s to go to this waterfall. I'm sliding. But yeah, it's not even a GPX or a guy record a track, but obviously it's not hard. You're just going to follow the creek, but I'm just surprised it hasn't had a bit more people, being Mullumbimby and Lismore being very alternative and rebellious as they are for so long. More people haven't kind of stuck in here, but I guess it is a lot of effort regardless of how rebellious of a person you may be. There's the bottom of those cool cascades. Okay, we're really going to push back in the creek now. Yeah, I'll see you as we get a bit closer. Well, so I'm cutting along here. There's actually another trib here, there's water flowing, but the wall's actually dry, so it must be just coming through the cracks or whatever. I don't think I noticed it on the way up because the wall's not really flowing. I don't know if I noticed this on the way in, but there's another trib coming in. Well, it's on the left as you're heading upstream. We would have been way over there in the depths of the distracted big creeks. I don't think we would have seen it. Alright, maybe halfway back. Alright, so I'm nearly back out. Hit the bottle on the way. A good bloke. Someone's left their just drinking water halfway and got the get on the way back and forgot it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the journey. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bells, get notified of all the new misadventures. We'll catch you guys in the next one, eh? Peace out. I saw Serge on the way out, had a good chat. He's like, oh, I didn't recognise you. Top bloke. He goes, oh, I've been up there. I didn't make it last time, but I've been there ages ago. Good on him for doing it. So he does live kind of near it, but yeah. Yeah. Peace out.